All right. So this is still running. We've got 5,433 links, and we've got a lot of white space here as well. The white space can be used as importantly as the blue space. Okay. The blue space ranking, the white space not ranking, that can indicate for us opportunities of keywords, these keywords here, that have just not been targeted. Okay, that was the purpose of the rank recon. Okay, to be able to get the blue ocean analysis of that. Okay, now this needs to be taken further. I'll tell you that right now. We're not getting enough from this. The prompts need to be improved, but because Gompa had a few days off, I didn't add onto the list of things to do, because if somebody's coming back into work and he has a bigger list than what he really needs to work on right now, it's going to overwhelm. Okay, that will have a negative effect. I've imagined that by the end of this week, we will have updated the prompts for Blue Ocean. Okay, the Blue Ocean is important for the purpose of identifying the keywords that do not have any parasites ranking. So we want to know from all these 123 keywords, which of these keywords are not ranking with any parasite. We want to know which of these keywords are ranking with only one or two parasites, that kind of thing. That's what we need. That's what it was supposed to do, but the prompt isn't doing that right now. But that's just a change in the prompt that needs to happen. There's nothing major has to happen within the software. What we wanted to do is to give us an analysis to save us from spending time doing that kind of research, because that is not easy research to do, even when you've got the results here. So we need, the AI to do that for us. Okay, we need the AI just to see that at a glance, give it to us within a few seconds, and tell us this is an opportunity. There are 2 other parasites ranking for this keyword, but the search volume is high. And, these are the other keywords that you could add into that article. Here's some article suggestions. There is your blue ocean opportunity. That's what it's supposed to be. Okay, that's exactly what it's supposed to be. We have to fix the prompts to get there. It's not there yet. Okay, but when it comes to the analysis, let's see if I can find a longer one here. Again, the prompts need to be improved, but this is giving you some information that is really useful. Okay, the analysis in here is going to tell you which websites appear. Like Deccan Herald appears 5 times for the payday loans keyword. Okay, it's closely followed by Times Union and Dallas News. So you can see for payday loans, this is really the sponsored posts that you need to use if you want to target that particular niche. And it's going to be the same for any sort of really competitive niche like cryptocurrency, dating, supplements. You could probably rank on places like medium.com. But, the very competitive niches, and you should be considering the sponsored posts. What you should do, though, in my opinion, is you should test it with the free parasites first before you spend any money. Because if you're paying like $300 for a sponsored post, well, you can save yourself $300 to get a VA to go and publish more content for you that you create, or even just to create the content and give to Stephanie to do or something like that. If you can do it with the free, then that is great. What you can also do, if you cannot rank for specific niches or topics or keywords, and you've done a whole bunch of articles with the free websites, then if you ever do take a sponsored post, what you can do is you can start to link from those free posts over into your sponsored post, just to give it some instant boost. There's no way that I know how to automate that yet. Okay, we might be able to build a tool, but we've been trying to stay away from anything that we need to use browser control, because it's too unreliable. Okay, and then people say the software is not working. It's, you know, people move things around their site, and when you've got browser control, then the software is trained to go to a specific button in a specific place, click on that button, take an action, etc., etc. If they change anything in the user interface, all that breaks down instantly, okay? And there's so many variables of that kind of thing that can go wrong. It's just unreliable. So we try to avoid any browser control stuff. And unless we can do it with an API, then I don't know that we will even attempt to do it, okay? But if you are looking at the analysis here, it's going to give you that information, and that's how you translate that information. That's how I translate that information, okay? And so it's going to give you information about the keywords that are related, the keywords that are related to same-day loans and payday loans and no credit check and fast cash, etc. Just give you a good overview. This is the kind of stuff that you might want to dig into yourself, but you don't have to anymore, okay? Because this will do it for you. It will give you information about keywords, keyword volumes, and keyword difficulty, okay? And the higher it is, you know, the harder it's going to be to be able to rank. But even with these keyword difficulty scores, you can see that these sponsored posts on these websites like Deccan Herald are all ranking, okay? They're doing pretty well with it. But just, you know, a few weeks ago, it was Outlook India that was dominating, completely dominating. And now it's Deccan Herald. So there's been that change. And anybody who's willing to go and spend money can take big advantage of that right now. And the good news is you're going to have less competition because a lot of people do not want to spend money, okay? And not even $300. But if you go and have a look at people who are charging for doing posting in places like Deccan Herald, you'll find it's a lot more than $300, okay? You'll find it probably close to $600 minimum. And I would say it's probably even about $900 because they know they can make, they know there's a big demand for it from companies that want to invest in marketing. This kind of information here, okay, this is based on the API that we use, the same API that we use for the keyword intent, okay? And this is based on the Google Ads API, not the Google keyword tool that you find that you will, sorry, let me say that again. This is based on Google Ads, okay? It's going to be closer to the Google Keywords tool that you would find within Google Ads. But it's better because it will give you these extra keywords that do not need to have the words, the exact words within the keywords, like I showed you for the SEO tools example and keyword intent earlier, okay? Because it's using the same API. It's going to give you a bit more diversity with these keywords, but the search volumes here are going to be higher than what you will find in any other keyword tool. Okay, so if you have a look on Ubersuggest, you have a look on Ahrefs or SEMrush or KW Finder, you will always find that their volumes are not as high. Okay, I'm not quite sure why that is. I don't really care. All I need to know is this is a high traffic keyword. I don't need to know the exact volumes. It's rarely ever correct anyway. And this might be based on impressions. I don't mean that's the impressions it will get, but it might be based on some kind of calculation from impressions that people are getting from the Google ad campaigns. There's probably some data behind it, is what I'm saying. Yeah? But we don't really need to know the exact volume. We just need to know, hey, that's a very, very competitive keyword. Just before I started to build products, it was back in 2010, I think. I was in London at the time, and I had done something called 10 Days to Page One Challenge, where I created a mini course, or I was creating a mini course by posting a video every single day. And I ran some YouTube ads, okay, to get people to a landing page to sign up, targeting businesses in London, okay. I kind of expanded to more sort of broader in the UK, but I was targeting London specifically at the time. And I got a whole bunch of people, and it worked. It worked really, really well. And so day one, I would show them, the first step. Day two, we have to do this. Day three, we start optimizing. Day four, we do something else. And, just carried on for 10 days. And before we even got to the 10th day, there's a whole bunch of people ranking. Okay, it was a 6-pack at that time, not a 3-pack like you get now for the Google Place and what was Google Places at that time. And we started to create some websites for ranking rent at that time as well. And so we went after keywords like divorce lawyers in London. And I managed to get divorce lawyers in London ranking #1 in UK for that particular keyword. And the search volume, according to the keyword tools, said it was 8,800 per month or 8,000 per month, something like that. The traffic was nothing like that. It was absolutely nothing like it. It was really disappointing traffic. And at other times, and you will see a lot of SEOs tell you the same, the keyword tools will tell you some keywords have got no traffic and they've got a ton of traffic. Okay, the search volumes themselves that you get back from keyword tools should be taken with a pinch of salt. Just use them as a guide. That looks like a high traffic keyword because it's got 74,000 searches per month. Yeah, okay, it's worth going after if I can get ranking for it. That's all you really need to take from that, apart from having a deeper look at what the competition is in the first page of Google, etc. Okay, so the first thing you want to do if you want to go after a high traffic keyword is you want to have a look what is on the first page of Google. You want to have a look at what kind of content is there. So we can see immediately just by using the Keywords Everywhere tool, it's got a MOSDA 85. This one is a 20. That might be an opportunity. That's quite low. 75, 70, 79, 64, etc. Now, what kind of content is ranking? 11 AI marketing tools, 21 AI marketing tools, top 25 list style posts. Okay, that's the second thing you can take away. Okay, there is an opportunity. This has only got a DA of 20, so there's an opportunity there. We can overtake that with the Parasite. Okay, we probably could overtake that with the Parasite, but he probably has very, very strong off-page SEO. So the Parasite is going to give you a little bit of advantage by piggybacking on it, but you're probably still going to have to do some off-page SEO, and you're going to have to do a list style post, which is another tool which we will build into the Parasite SEO. We will do some separate sort of one-off article creation type content creators. Okay, we will have one for comparison. We will have one for list style post. Okay, but this is what you can take away. Now, apart from that, what can we take away? Well, what other keywords are they ranking for? And that's why the Keywords Everywhere Chrome extension can be really good. The good news is for the Keywords Everywhere, they've actually got an API. So I might be able to do something with that later. And you're going to open it up and see the keywords they're ranking for. All of it. You can feed that into AI, even just into Claude, for example, and say, like, how can I create an article based around all of these keywords? And here's an article that's ranking. Give me some suggestions, give me some new angles, identify content gaps, etc., etc. Kind of like we do with the Content Edge tool. Okay, so that you can get some angles and you can get some better insights. Any questions on this? Rank Recon. David doing no why sponsored Parasite change in favor of with Google Search. I don't know specifically, except for what happened about 5-6 weeks ago. I think it was, there was a helpful content update, and there's a lot of people on social media complaining that Outlook India was just outranking everybody with, you know, not very high quality content. And those guys from Google, they're in Twitter as well, so they're listening. You know, sometimes they will respond to some things from, you know, top SEO guys that are mentioning stuff. Sometimes you will see them respond in Twitter, and so they're aware of it. And I think it was a kind of a response to what people were saying. That, you know, here's the thing with that helpful content update. at that time when it first happened, there was a lot of people who had niche sites, niche bloggers specifically, who put in a crap load of work to create articles that they think is very, very, very high quality. And they start to get traffic, they start to get rankings, they start to monetize that from advertising on the site, maybe from display ads, maybe from affiliate promotions, and sometimes from getting some sponsorship for people to be able to go and advertise specifically on their website, kind of thing. They all got hit at the same time, and pretty badly as well. There was some comical moments at that time as well, because we had, some people saying, I put in all this work and this happened to me, and some of the guys were saying, let me see the web page, and you can see they were very, very clearly keyword stuffing. It was like embarrassingly bad keyword stuffing, where they're trying to put their main keywords in the first paragraph and every single subheadline and every third sentence. It was just ridiculously bad. And how they managed to get ranking in the first place is the question, not why Google penalized them. So there was a lot of, not all of them were like that. Some of them actually did have reasonably decent content, but many of them did recover as well. And they had to do some specific things to recover. I can cover that in a separate training at another time. That's a little bit too in depth and might even take 2 webinars to cover that kind of thing. But all of that happened around about the same time, the Outlook India. And when Outlook India came down, Deccan Herald came up. Okay, and you will see that again and again and again with these kinds of sites, even with the free ones. One comes down, one comes up. Okay, and when they come down, they don't sort of totally go down. They're still getting traffic, they're still getting rankings, but the rankings drop. Okay, and it might even be kind of niche specific where the rankings drop sometimes. Okay, not whole site wide. It might be one particular topic. Google thinks, I don't like your content on that topic, I'm going to drop your rankings on that topic, but I'll leave the other ones because the content's okay. Okay, so you just got to watch and monitor. And the best way to watch and monitor that kind of thing, apart from doing things like set Recon, is following these people on places like LinkedIn and Twitter, who basically that is their job to monitor. Okay, their job is, niche bloggers or people that want to be seen as SEO authorities and stuff like that, kind of geeky people sometimes. I like the geeks, because the geeks go and do the stuff I don't want to do. I don't want to sit and research and analyze and, pop up on Twitter and have a big announcement. I'd rather somebody else do that, and I can just take the information from all their hard work and use it, okay? And there's a lot of people like that. Thanks. Great information. See ya. It's got to be like that sometimes. So if you're following these kind of people, then you kind of see this in real time as it's happening, pretty much after every Google update as well. So you can understand what it's about. You just watch it develop from people, responding to how it has affected them. Okay. Anyway, so that's the rank recon.